So what is DataWeave? DataWeave is a kind of programming language which is designed for transforming data. Means like converting from one format to another, like suppose from CSV to JSON, XML to JSON, uh, flatbed XML files to JSON, such like that. And it's like it is a common use case for integration developers, like those who want to perform integration. Like suppose a person has hit the API and he has get some data and he want to do some transformations onto the data to get another desired format. So he will use like this data wave. Earlier he person used to like write some logic and do some hard and hustle, but now like the Salesforce has released this feature. uh, like now the developer no don't need to worry about the transformation logic and other things like reading and writing, passing data, and just use. So this was data weave. So now what is script anatomy? Script anatomy is like structure of the data weave, like how we design the data weave. Like first we keep the data weave version, then we keep the input, like what kind of input payload we are doing, and what kind of output payload we want to get it from data weave. Let's discuss this. Like suppose this in this script there are three lines. The first line with the three dashes, uh, uh, and on the second line it describes the version of the data weave, and the second and third lines describe like what kind of input you want as a payload and what kind of output you are processing from that payload. So like this was about script anatomy. And and it is usually like perform like helps in sending the serialized outputs to the user. Like we don't need to worry about any serialization deserialization. We just write the data weave and we are okay to use it. So how it works, like first we provide the data to this reader. This reader process internally this like data and parses to the canonical model via this data script. And after like this script performs all the parsing, it produces our output in the like data out stream via that writer stream. So here it is written also that when data weave receives the data, it first passes the input data into canonical model and then passes that data weave script to the output canonical model, which thus inserts right like to the data stream, like whatever the desired programming language we are using. So how we are going to do the setup for it? For the setup, we need a Spring 23 org because this is like released in Spring 23 only. We need a VS Code and SFDX setup for just like we do for all the Salesforce projects. Uh, we will do the create the new project in the Salesforce, and we will keep a new folder under Force App main default, that is DW, which stands for Data Weave. And we will keep two files under that. One would be the main core file and one would be the XML file. And we will add that desired logic or script to it, and we will like use them in Apex via this classes like dataweave.script and dataweave.result. This is how we are going to do the setup for it. Now comes the demo. On the demo part, like I will show you the two use cases. Like first I will pass CSV to S object or the contact, and then I will show you for the XML to JSON. So let's jump on to the demo. Or so in the as you can see on the Force app main default, I have DW. This is my database script. Like here I specified the version, input like records, which would be application CSV, output would be application Apex. Then I'm doing the mapping for the CSV to contacts. Like I want to map record with the first name, record dot last name with the last name, and record dot email with email as an output of object that is class contact. And in the data weave service, I have this method. Right now, like for the time restrictions, I have puts of CSV as a string, and then I'm doing the parsing with this data weave script and result, and then I'm getting the desired value, and I'm inserting in. Now let's see it's not in action. Suppose I have method like this, I will execute this. So Salesforce has some duplicates. All that. Now we can see the record has been created, and I just provided this XML, and it parses that into the required as object type. Now the second example is for XML JSON. Like here I have provided input data of application XML and output data of application JSON, and I have like we can execute some logics also. It has a like full doc tutorial. We can also go through that. It has some script like contact. Then we were going to map a contact with the first name, last name, and email, and produce that contact JSON. And on the data weave service, like I have this method parse XML to JSON. This is a sample XML, and it is going to like create the script and parse it, and I am debugging that result. Let's jump on to the Apex and see that in action. It's generally loose like in the MuleSoft for the integration part, and now like Apex, Salesforce has provided it in the Apex also. We can see like it has a JSON format from XML to JSON. Yeah. So this was for the demo. Now discussing about like the benefits and limitations for it. With DataWeave, the benefits are like you can perform data transformation very easily, which may seem very complex in Apex for the large data. Like for the CSV, we don't need to write the logic to do the get blob and other stuff. We just need to do this DataWeave. And like for the CSV, our code also sometimes become error prone. Like we have some issues in our logic sometimes, so that may get some harmful effects on our org. So now this has eliminated the issues of that errors also, and it supports majorly all other formats like XML, JSON, CSV, Excel, others. Now coming to the limitations of it, like it doesn't support two three formats which are I have mentioned here, like flat file format, application XLS. For this we need to convert into the CSV, another this format. And it must be having a Apex class must be having a 53.0 later version, because due to that Spring 23, and there is a limit um, like 50 data view scripts per hour, and the maximum body of data sweep scripts is 1,000 characters, means 1 lakh. So this was the limitations, and these are the references. Like I found my study from these links, and it is majorly the part of MuleSoft, and it is going to be like available in soon, like in LWC also, I think so.